After spending a few days at the North Rim in the Grand Canyon, we headed to Bryce Canyon. Because campsites were full and it was the weekend, we drove halfway to Bryce Canyon and stayed one night at Point Supreme Cedar Breaks. We had a beautiful sunset and relaxed by the campfire before heading to Bryce Canyon at sunrise to try and get a first come, first served campsite.
Gotten all situated with our camper van. We took a little nap and then we had lunch, and now we are gonna go to our first hike. We're waiting for the shuttle bus now. There's a shuttle pickup like right outside our campground, which is awesome. And we're gonna do an easy hike today because tomorrow is full of hiking. So we don't wanna get too tired today. We have arrived at Bryce Point, and this is where we're going to start today's hike. We're doing the Rim Trail, so we get to look in at this awesome view all alongside the canyon.
The hike is going to take us from Bryce Point to Inspiration Point and then to Sunset Point, where hopefully we can make it in time to see the sunset over the canyon.
One thing that we have noticed between the Grand Canyon and Bryce Canyon here is how many people are at Bryce Canyon. It is insane how many people are here. All of the parking lots have been full. All of the campgrounds were full at noon. I think our last spot at our campground was filled at around 11.
Yeah.
So
we got here just in time.
We got here at a good time to get a good spot, and now we're gonna enjoy it.
As we walk along the trail, there's actually not that many people that are going from Bryce Canyon up to Sunset on the trail because of the free shuttle. So pretty much are getting this hike to ourselves.
Yeah, everyone's lazy and takes the shuttle just to each point.
I mean,
which is good for us.
It's good for us. I mean, I don't blame them technically if I'm feeling lazy.
Yeah, it's a nice shuttle.
And if you only have one day in the park.
Yeah, might as well use it.
Mm-hmm. But one thing we have noticed is it's cool if you're in the shade or the cloud coverage, but once the sun comes out,
it gets a little toasty.
It's a little toasty.
But the weather's great. One thing about the Rim Trail is that you're literally on the edge, and this is a straight drop off right here. So it's like you're right here and that's down.
But it gives you really amazing views over this.
We've gotten to the upper Inspiration Point lookout, and it has an amazing lookout, almost a full 360-degree lookout onto the canyon. Hoodoos on both sides, and you can look out onto the mountains in the back. Really great lookout point.
The hike from Bryce to Inspiration Point is actually not that bad at all. It's a nice dirt little gravel path. It's quite wide as well at times, and it's less than 2 miles of a hike. I would say it's an easy hike, but it's probably an easy to moderate, depending on your ability.
We just learned a really interesting legend about Bryce Canyon. It's a Native American legend where an ancient people of animals that could make themselves look like people used to live here, but these were very bad people, so a coyote turned them all into stone. And so these hoodoos now that we see were actually people that were turned into stone. Some of them are standing and some of them are sitting.
So we started all the way from Bryce Point, which is pretty far down. Not that far, maybe less than 2 miles. And then you look all the way at the top. That's the upper Inspiration Point. Inspiration Point is at an elevation of 8,100 feet, which is just slightly shorter than Bryce Point, which was 8,300 feet. But now that we've seen Inspiration Point, it's time for us to head to Sunset. I just love how you can see the different colors, like the top is white.
Mm-hmm.
We've just finished walking around the rim trail, and it is super gorgeous looking out into the canyon and seeing everything. But we've decided to not make it all the way to Sunset Point just because there was a path that says Sunset Campground and we didn't want to backtrack to it. So time for us to go make some dinner.
Beans?
Sounds great.
So we're about to make a campfire and we didn't get any fire starter. So what I'm doing right now is just making some wood shavings to start the fire with.
This is what we're having for dinner tonight. We're having some ramen, kidney beans, green beans, carrots, and some onion, and hummus, and crackers. James finished making dinner. He opted out on putting the kidney beans, but we got ramen with sliced carrots and green beans. He's still holding the forks, trying to fix this fire.
I don't know why the fire won't stay lit. Thank you for this food. Me.
Never had green beans in my noodles before.
Mm-hmm.
6:40.
So we're waking up at 6.
After a full first day at Bryce Canyon, we called it an early night. In our next video, we will take you with us as we hike the Figure 8 Trail, which is over 10 miles long inside of the Hoodoos. So make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to join us on our next hike.